everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today I'm going to be sharing my son, my 7-year-old's kind of main curriculum for the 2023 to 2024 school year. Next year, he'll be in 2nd grade. So before I start going through what my son will be doing this coming school year, I just want to preface a couple of things so you have some context of where he's at and what our goals are of where we want to go. So my son is 7. He is in 2nd grade. I put it in quotes because he is, he's advanced. He is constantly challenging me because he's very bright and he learns things very quickly. I don't know if he has a photographic memory, but it's a very good memory. He remembers things really well. He memorizes so much, and he's just, like I said, he just picks up on things very fast. So he's constantly challenging me, and because of that, he is a little bit further than the typical 2nd grader. All right, so he's reading at a 5th grade level. He's already doing multiplication and division well. Some of these books, even for like our literature study that he's doing this coming year, he's already read before. So he's just, I have to choose things for him that are going to continue to challenge him. Otherwise, he will be bored. He just will. So with all that being said, you will notice in this video that a lot of the things that I choose are probably more 3rd grade. In fact, I'm pretty sure everything in this video is going to be more of that 3rd grade level. And that's just kind of where we're at. So all of that being said, now you have some context for how my son learns and who he is and what he's doing. Let's jump in to see what are some of the resources we're going to be using in this coming school year for my 7-year-old. Okay, first up, math. We have been using Singapore primary mathematics for the last couple of years. I started him out actually in the dimensions math. It was a great program and he learned well from it, but it was one of those things where we were constantly battling. So I switched him over to primary mathematics. So this year he is in primary mathematics 3. So he'll be doing 3A and 3B. This has been working really well for us. I do supplement with math drills just for some math fact fluency as well. So we have both the conceptual math and we're working on fact fluency. I think that's a really important balance to have. So I do add in math drills as we go through the year. But this has worked really well for him and he's doing a great job with it. So we are just plugging forward. Next up, we have language arts. So we are using primarily Memoria Press for language arts. We have the English Grammar Recitation 1. So it comes with this little recitation book. These are all of the grammar rules. And it actually includes rules for all the way up through I think it's like 6th grade or something like that. So he'll just be memorizing the rules from the book 1 recitation. And it just goes through some of the main parts of speech and rules for sentences. And he has the student workbook. Now he only actually does things out of this a couple times a week. Just to go over capitalization and punctuation rules and hitting those parts of speech and all that kind of stuff. So this is his student workbook for that. Then he also has this Chord Skills Language Arts grade 3. So this is another workbook that he works out of during the week as well. And this one hits a lot of the same things, parts of speech, but it also gets into writing sentences, writing paragraphs, book reports, using a dictionary and stuff like that. Now, I don't think they use everything in here. The way that Memoria Press schedules out their language arts, I don't think they use this whole book. They kind of pick and choose based on what they're going through and working on in here as well. Now for kind of on the same vein, we also have Traditional Spelling 3 from Memoria Press. He'll be going through this level. I do have a flip through of this if you're interested in seeing the inside of the book and what it covers. We're excited to use this. This is a really good program for us. He also has his literature guide. So he's going to be going through 4 literature books throughout the school year, and there is a student guide for each one where he kind of just delves deeper into it, and they go through comprehension questions and fun little enrichment activities that go along with it. So I have 2 of the student guides here. This is Farmer Boy and Charlotte's Web. These are the 4 books he'll be doing. So Farmer Boy, Charlotte's Web, A Bear Called Paddington, and Mr. Popper's Penguins. I loved this book as a kid. He's actually read 3 of these already. Not gonna lie. So he's very excited to be able to get to read these this year for his literature. Now, he also will be doing a writing program. This is Introduction to Composition. It actually, and it's also by Memoria Press, of course, it actually goes along with the literature books that he's doing. So as he goes through the year, he will be reading from, one of the literature books and the questions, and they want them to do like a student summary, and they're working on outlining, and it's all going to be kind of tied along to the book that he's going through in his literature study as well. So I think that'll be really fun for him, and not adding too much to his plate yet. I'm trying to keep a balance of, yes, I want to challenge him, but don't want to challenge him so much that he's working on school all day. We do school in the mornings, and then we have a full day as, being a kid the rest of the day. So, it's a balance, right? And then for handwriting, he's been working on cursive. So this is New American Cursive Penmanship. This is workbook 2. I got the quotations from Famous Americans because I thought he would probably really enjoy that. He's been loving recently reading about like Abraham Lincoln and Thomas Jefferson and presidents and, Benjamin Franklin and all those people. So I think he'll really enjoy this. And then on the same kind of vein, there's also a copybook that goes along with Prima Latina that he'll be doing. So this is just more handwriting practice, but in Latin, because, that's fun. There you go. But he will be doing Prima Latina this year. This also covers parts of speech, in addition to introducing some basic Latin vocabulary. And he'll be memorizing some prayers in Latin, which I think is really cool. So this will be really good. It's a new thing added to his plate this year, and I think he'll thrive. So we also have a lot of enrichment things that we do as a family, and I do plan on doing kind of like more of a family subjects kind of video where I go through some of the things that we do for enrichment as a family. One of those things is usually poetry, but this year I've decided to kind of separate that a little bit with my 7 and my 5-year-old because he's getting older. He needs more of a challenge, and she's not quite there yet because she's 5. So my 7-year-old will have his own poetry this year. So this is poetry for the grammar stage from Memoria Press. This includes poems that they're going to memorize all the way up through, I think, like 6th grade. So he won't be doing every poem in here. He will just be doing a few of these, including, what I like about this too, it does tie in with his literature as well. You can probably hear my dog. She's looking through the window right in front of me right now. Hopefully she doesn't start barking. But yeah, so what I like about this is it actually does kind of tie into the literature and things that he's doing as well. So for instance, when he's reading Charlotte's Web, he's memorizing The Spider and the Fly. or when he's reading Farmer Boy, he's memorizing a poem called The Happy Farmer. So it ties in really well, and you can just see how much they really think about how everything works together. So this is the anthology with all of the poems, and then there's also the student guide. And this is pretty cool. They get to actually start to learn how to analyze poems a little bit and talk about rhyme scheme and all those types of things. Okay, now for history, he has been working through that 4-year progression of history, right? So we are on year 3, and we are doing Story of Civilization. This is Volume 3, The Making of the Modern World. He will be doing this along with co-op, I believe, as well. So he will, we'll just be able to read the chapter at home, and then he'll do the fun, hands-on, more things at co-op. Along with history, we're also going to be starting the timeline program from Memoria Press. So this is our first year going through the timeline program. And in this, it's just, it doesn't happen very often throughout the school year. I think it's like once a month or so, where we sit down and learn about a very specific event in history. This is this composition sketchbook, so he can like sketch a picture and write a few sentences about it, and then we add it to our timeline on the wall. So that'll be good. And then for geography, that's another one of those more enrichment subjects that we do all together as a family usually. But for this year, I'm adding in this, just like this little, it's very little, workbook, Map Skills for Today. And it just kind of covers learning how to read a map and knowing where you're going and directions. And it's a very small workbook, so it won't take him a lot of effort to get through. And it's just a little additional thing for him. And then, last but not least, today is science. So science is going to be a little bit complicated for me this year. Maybe because I'm just trying, I don't know. We might have to cut something out with science. But the plan has been to do mammals from Memoria Press. So it has this beautiful book. And then this is the student workbook. It's kind of a year all about animals for my 7-year-old. So we're doing mammals with Memoria Press. And then our co-op, it's looking like we're going to be doing Swimming Creatures of the 5th day, the Apologia. So I have both. We'll probably go through both. I'm going to try to balance them relatively well, but it's a whole year of animals, that's for sure. Yeah, I think that's everything. Keep an eye out, because I have also a video coming out for my kindergartner's curriculum, my 5-year-old. And then I'll also do a separate video where I hit some of those family subjects where I talk about what my plan is to do for music, art, what we do during our table time, and all those types of things. So thanks for watching today. If you're interested in these types of videos, definitely hit subscribe, and I look forward to hopefully seeing you again. Bye.